Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Another winning night last night. 2-1 against the spread, 5-4 total, plus 1.3 units. I'm not satisfied yet. I want more. 3 more playoff games tonight. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. Hey, get the source. The source. The source. Hey, get the source.
First up, Game 3. Knicks in Atlanta. The series is split. This line opened Atlanta -4. Early bets were even, but the early money leaning towards the New York Knicks. Check it out though, as we cruise through last night and this morning, we got some Atlanta Hawks money creeping in here, and the books do not like it. The line moves from Atlanta -4. Now we're looking at Atlanta -5. Finally, our leader, Julius Randle, has arrived and decided to play basketball in the playoffs. Went 4 for 5 in the third quarter. I know most of the post-game attention was on Derrick Rose, and deservingly so. Played awesome. He was the only one carrying our offense when the whole team was struggling. But I'm telling you, Julius Randle, forget the numbers, forget the box score. The most important thing for Knicks fans yesterday was Julius Randle in the second half was finally looking like the most improved player of the year, like the Julius Randle that led us to so many wins all season. Obviously had us all worried as hell at halftime, but Julius Randle in the third quarter, he hit a couple threes early, right? And when he hit the second one, I want to say about 5 minutes into the third quarter, as soon as he hit it, the next possession demanded the ball. Like, you could see his confidence back. As soon as he got the ball, no hesitation, jab left, took it to the basket with his right, drew a double team and made the right pass. We actually didn't even score on that possession, but when I saw that, I was like, thank God, our dude is back. Hesitations were gone. You could literally see his confidence coming back. Nerves were fading away. Seriously, that play, and then the few that followed, watching Julius Randle, that's when I was like, yeah, we're going to win this series. On defense, the Knicks were finally forcing Trae Young to his left hand, and this made a night and day difference. Seriously, huge difference. And right now you're thinking, what do you mean a huge difference? He dropped 32 points in game 1, 30 in game 2, shot good from the field in both games. Nah, look a little deeper though. Take a look at the assist to turnover ratios in game 1, where the Knicks were letting him use his right hand, to game 2, where they were primarily forcing him to his left. That is night and day. That's the kind of defense that wins the game. And now they're gonna throw us 5 points? I mean, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
Give me Knicks +5. Lock it in. Anything changes. Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. Next up is Celtics versus Nets in Boston for Game 3. The Nets are up 2-0 in the series, and the line opened Boston +7.5. And as you would expect, the entire world last night was on Brooklyn. 98% of the money on the Nets. Money stays on Brooklyn all through the night, all through the morning, and the consensus line reacts. It moves from 7.5. Now we're at Boston +8. But if you look really closely, you can see a tiny little bit of Boston money coming in. Not much. I mean, what else do you really need to see from game 2? I mean, rebounding numbers were about even. Turnover numbers were dead even. They played a similar game. This was literally shooters versus shooters, and the Nets dusted them for 20 points. I mean, the Nets are just a more talented team than Boston, plain and simple. But honestly, it's not just the talent gap between the two teams. You know what? Here's the reason, in my opinion, that Boston can't compete in this series. One is their defense is gone, as I said in the last couple videos. But two, who's the playmaker on Boston? I mean, you have Tatum, Smart, Fournier, Jaylen Brown's out. Kemba. You got some players on Boston, but who's the one that creates the offense? And I'm not talking about isolation scoring. Who's the one that facilitates that offense? There's no one that fits that role on the Celtics. Look at the Nets, for example. You got James Harden, who might be the best in the league at running an offense as far as facilitating it goes. He's got his shot, which draws the defender close. He can get it to the paint, draw a second defender, and he makes the right play. He gets the ball into the right hands. When James Harden's on the bench, they have Kyrie Irving, who also can facilitate an offense himself. He's more of a scorer. Kyrie can run an offense. Both of them can create opportunities for their teammates to get open looks. The Celtics do not really have a guy like that. Who's the best passer on the Celtics? Like, who's the facilitator? I mean, Marcus Smart's all right, but you see the gap that I'm talking about, right? Boston cannot score with the Nets, and Boston cannot stop the Nets. It's a very simple bet here. Give me the Nets -8. Lock it in. If anything changes, Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook next game. Last up, we got Mavs Clippers in Dallas for Game 3. Dallas is up 2-0 in this series. Line open Dallas +2. We still got people believing in the Clippers, man. 71% of early money on the Clips. Books do react to the Clippers money. The line moves from Dallas +2 to Dallas +2.5. It looks like the money may swing back to the Mavericks now that the line hit 2.5. Too early to tell, but it kind of looks like it's about to make a swing. I will have to keep an eye on that. I really don't know what to say. Like, I'm speechless by this series. The amount of easy baskets the Mavericks are getting is, like, offensive. For real. I mean, like, I don't want to sit here and blindly throw blame. Like, I could stand here and make a video. Look how bad Ty Lue is, right? Oh, Tyronn Lue can't coach. Look at all these easy baskets. He doesn't know how to create a defense. But honestly, I don't even know if it's Tyronn Lue's fault. I really don't know who to blame here. I mean, you could watch the film all day. There's really no way to tell from film if a botched backdoor cut is poor coaching or poor execution as a result of poor coaching. Like, there's no way to tell. I don't know who to blame. I don't know if this Clippers team just isn't motivated. I don't know if Tyronn Lue is being outcoached. I really don't know. And I'm sorry, I know I'm supposed to break down the game and give you an edge and give you something to go with. I got nothing, man. I have no clue what's going on in this series.
I wanted to add that if you're watching ESPN or NBA TV or any of these BS media personalities, they'll just bullshit a read and just say something like, oh, screen and roll. That has nothing to do with the game, just to put something on TV. I mean, it's really hard to read basketball games. I refuse to just, like, bullshit you. If I'm not seeing it, I'm going to tell you, yo, I'm not seeing a read here.
I will say one thing, though. Do you remember before last season when the Clippers brought this team together and everyone, including myself, was saying, how is anyone going to score on this team with Pat Beverly at 1 and then Kawhi and Paul George on the wings? Who's going to score on that team? That might be the best perimeter defense in the history of the NBA. You remember when we were all saying that? Myself included, I was saying it. Luka Doncic is making a mockery of those guys. He is eating off of every single one of their plates. Pat Beverly's only seen about 20 minutes a game. He's just too small. He can't hang with Luka, as Luka told us in game 1.
That record was identical to their home record, 21-15. And it's
Said it right in the middle of the game. I mean, this guy's too small for me. And he's not wrong. Pat Beverly can't stop him. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, whoever they throw on Luka is getting eaten up. No one can stop Luka Doncic. I apologize for not being able to give you a better read on this game. Could I see the Clippers bouncing back and winning this and covering? Yeah. But I'm going to bet Dallas. I'm going to take Dallas +2.5. I'm going with this philosophy. I'm scared to fade Luka Doncic right now because he's the best player in the playoffs right now. So I'm scared to fade him, and I'm going to ride the wave. I'm jumping on. Give me Dallas +2.5 if anything changes. Twitter, Instagram story, Facebook. VIP sheets going out 5:30 Eastern time. Make sure you check your texts and emails for that. I'll put all the totals and all the props and stuff on that sheet, as well as Toasty's picks will be on the VIP sheet. Toasty's had 2 winning days in a row, by the way. The toast is back. Let's stay hot. Let's keep winning. I keep saying it every single day. Let's keep winning, and we continue to win. Let's make some more money tonight. I'll talk to you on Twitter.